In the winter of 2019, a small-town librarian in Vermont discovered something impossible. The book she had shelved the night before, an obscure Gothic novel titled The House Beyond the Veil, had changed. Not just a line or two, but the entire ending. She was certain. She even had notes from the night before. The story had originally concluded with the heroine surviving, escaping the cursed estate, her last words filled with hope. But now, the same pages told a tale of despair, the heroine perishing in agony, calling out to something unseen. The librarian's hands trembled as she flipped through the pages. Her first thought was simple misremembering, a lapse of focus during late hours under dim light. But when she pulled the digital catalog record, the system timestamp confirmed the last registered version had not changed in over a decade. Yet the printed text before her eyes disobeyed that record. She called her colleague, an older archivist named Henry, who scoffed at first. But when he arrived and compared his own annotated copy, the impossibility became certain. Both their notes contradicted the text perfectly. Something had rewritten physical ink, without record, without trace. Next morning, Henry brought in a magnification lens, checking for reprinted fonts, tampered binding, or hidden adhesives. Every analysis returned normal. The pages bore the same fibers, same ink density, same microscopic wear. It was as if reality itself had edited literature. Local newspapers dismissed their claims, printing a single paragraph mocking the haunted novel of Burlington. But those who followed fringe phenomena online saw something else entirely, linking the case to a larger pattern of impossible modifications appearing globally. A few weeks after, the librarian received a package without a return address. Inside, an identical copy of the same book. A handwritten note read, "Compare them under the full moon." A strange instruction, yet curiosity clawed at her sanity. That night, beneath pale silver light, she opened both books side by side. At first they matched line by line. But as the clock struck midnight, her gaze fixed on the ink, it began to shimmer faintly, like wet oil on paper, shapes reforming themselves silently. When she blinked, new words had replaced the old, describing events that were currently unfolding in her room. Her breath faltered. It mentioned her posture, the pattern of her thoughts, even the slight tremor in her left hand. She dropped the book in terror. The following morning, she brought the now altered pages to the local university. Professors in the literature department suspected pranksters or elaborate forgery, yet the binding dated back to 1976, aged naturally with time and not reprinted. Physics professor overheard the discussion and suggested a theoretical perspective, reality instability, a glitch within the localized information field. He explained that if our universe operated as code, small errors could manifest as rewritten data, sometimes even in physical mediums. His hypothesis spread across conspiracy forums, proof of simulation leakage. People began checking their old books, recording evidence of vanishing paragraphs, shifting titles, and covers that no longer matched their memories. The phenomenon grew viral overnight. The librarian's home became a point of pilgrimage for the curious. Strangers knocked at her door seeking to touch the impossible book. Fear turned into obsession. She locked it inside a metal box, swearing to never open it again. But obsession has its price. One night Henry broke into her home, desperate to prove the event wasn't madness. He found the box beneath her bed, forced it open, and read aloud the first line he saw. The floor seemed to hum beneath his feet. The next day, police found the box empty, Henry missing, and the librarian barely conscious. She muttered the same phrase repeatedly, "The ink is still moving." Her eyes refused to look at the shelves anymore, as though words themselves had turned predatory. Reports came from nearby households claiming to hear whispering through their vents, pages rustling when no book lay open. Some locals packed up and left town, leaving behind homes where written words seemed to rearrange overnight. Digital archivist attempted to scan the remaining copy found at the library. Every file corrupted during upload. Instead of scanned text, his monitor filled with raw binary and a repeating pattern of zeros and ones forming something close to human pupils. National investigators dismissed supernatural claims, labeling the incident as local hysteria. Yet privately, officials requested digital backups of every library text in the region, fearing the contagion, or whatever mechanism caused it, might spread. Unmarked vans rolled in under cover of night, removing the altered copies. Witnesses saw men in gray suits carrying boxes sealed with lead tape, faces without expression. Rumors claimed they stored them deep underground, out of the reach of light or time. After that night, every trace of The House Beyond the Veil vanished from catalogs, digital archives, and even second-hand bookstores. Not even the author's name remained. Search results redirected to blank pages, as though the book never existed. But in a quiet basement 3 states away, a rare book dealer claimed possession of the original manuscript. His voice trembled in an interview, insisting that the last page kept changing whenever he looked away, rewriting his own future in cursive script. Experts attempted to analyze his video, but every timestamp jittered out of sync, frames misaligned, text reversed. It looked almost as if reality itself refused to be documented, bending technology into silence whenever truth approached too close. Weeks later, the dealer vanished. His entire storefront emptied overnight, signboard left hanging, still swinging gently. Customers who remembered his existence began forgetting, recalling only flashes of his voice, then nothing at all. Online message boards lit up again. New users claimed to remember owning the same novel during childhood, though no proof remained. Strangely, each described a different ending, some hopeful, others horrifying, one even predicting their own lives years later. Researchers drew parallels with phenomena known as the Mandela effect, proposing collective false memories as explanation. But skeptics countered that memories could not alter physical text, something more tactile, more invasive was at play. Late one night, a radio host aired a call from a trembling voice claiming to be the librarian. Between heavy static, she warned that the rewritten section spoke of watchers between words, entities that lived in margins, feeding on the act of observation. Her transmission cut off mid-sentence. When traced, the signal originated not from Vermont but from an abandoned broadcasting tower last active in 1983. The place was empty, covered in frost, yet the microphone remained warm. A few listeners reported the segment, noticing faint whispers beneath her voice. When enhanced, the background noise carried repeated phrases, read and become. Linguists found no phonetic structure from any known human language. Several attempts were made to republish the novel, reconstructing it from memory. But printers reported unexplained malfunctions, ink blots forming symbols never typed, power fluctuations frying circuits mid-print. One machine even printed its own shutdown message, "Do not persist." Now, decades later, only fragments remain, torn pages circulating in dark web auctions, fetching absurd prices. Buyers report sleepless nights, hearing scratching noises behind them as they read, letters moving across sentences like living things. Documentaries try to reduce it to fiction, yet footage stored on separate drives corrodes simultaneously, files corrupted beyond recovery. Editors who viewed the raw footage complained of migraines, dreamt of ink flooding entire rooms. The phrase, "the book that changed its ending overnight," became shorthand for impossible anomalies, a glitch in narrative reality. It symbolized the thin barrier between storytelling and existence itself, how language might be the code governing our perception. Skeptics still investigate the case, convinced of mass delusion. But witnesses face consistent disappearances or memory loss within months. No one can keep written notes about it for long before the text rearranges into something new. As the shadows lengthen and silence fills forgotten libraries, one question remains unanswered: who, or what, is the author now? Perhaps the story is rewriting itself endlessly, searching for a reader brave enough to become its final chapter. If you ever stumble upon an old volume titled "The House Beyond the Veil," resist the urge to turn its final page. Because whatever changed that night did not stop, it merely chose a new reader to finish what was begun.